Hello everybody, I'm SJM. Welcome back to FTB1. I've neglected to keep going on the other mods that were introduced in this latest update, so I'm just going to touch on them briefly here because I will be working on the bees for the most part, pretty mainly. As you can see in my hand here, I've got some fancy looking thing, and that is the building wand. So yes, there are some wands in the pack. They are super weird to use. I'll go over it here in a minute, but that was added. There's now a mob capturing something or other. I haven't looked at this yet, to be honest. So yeah, it looks really straightforward to make, and then I guess, yeah, I'll be able to bring my bees back and forth with something like that, or hostile mobs, or other things. I'm not too sure about it, but yeah, that's in there. It'll be something to explore for sure. A wireless charger. Oh, I hate that. Let's get out of that. Alright, I'll be throwing one of those together. That'll help charge my armor while I'm in my base. Yeah, even the highest up one there isn't too expensive at all, so I should be doing one of those. And may as well just do it right here. There we go. No, I don't want to use the building wand on that, thank you. We make one of these basic ones. I guess that generates RF, so that'll be for an RF based thing. I just thought of that afterwards, right? So that'll drain pretty fast out of there, but the overall charging with those two solars here aren't the greatest, so I just kind of do that every once in a while when I'm back here at the base. So building gadgets was added, so we've got the mining gadgets, so Dyer's now upgraded the building gadgets. Wasn't going to help me much building this thing because of all of the variety of different blocks that we have in there. And I'll go over these guys here in a second. You probably are wondering what happened from the last episode, what those are, but just gave you a hint there. And then what these guys are, luminant blocks, that's providing my lighting. And these guys are frame slabs. So there's all these different things that you can do with the frames. Block carpentry is the mod that they're from. But you can make all the different shapes, and then you can make these whatever slabs, stairs, and out here I am going to be using the doors for my little bee breeding pods. And then you can just use a block and it will disguise that frame door as the block that you put in. It does use up the blocks, just to note there. But you do get them back when you break that, right? So 49, 51 again. I'll have to pop back in here. So the double door system just stops the little bees from getting away from us while we're working away on the inside there. It's what I've seen everybody else do, so I'm going to follow suit. And sometimes these place one way and sometimes the other. I'll see if I can't get them all straightened out the same way if it bothers me, but maybe having them open in different directions is a blessing, right? So you're in here, you work on the bees, you just make sure that there's no bee in here when you're trying to go and they don't escape on you, although with the bee cages there, they're not such a big deal anymore. So I've made up some of these bee cages, made one of these beehives. I was just going to throw it down into one of these guys. So the advanced beehives have 3 slots for bees and a place for a bottle. I think that expedites the speed at which they create the products over here. And then there is an attachment that you can put on there. And I forget, it's an extension anyways, expansion box. So you put the expansion box on top and it'll make it go up to 5 slots. So you can have 5 bees in there for production. So let's change this day or night back into day so you can see what we're going to be doing, because we're going to go play with that reed nest that I had before. So in my list of bees, I found tin, aluminum, copper, the iron bee. Those are all made the exact same way, just with a crystalline bee and an ashy mining bee. I'm not 100% sure how to get the crystalline bee yet, so I'm kind of looking into that. But one of the other ones I need is a mason bee. That's to get silver. So we can get those by using the honey treats on a reed nest. And there's a chance that we will get a bee spawn out of there. So we got 1200 seconds, it looks like, before another bee will come, and then they'll randomly spawn a kind of bee that would utilize the reed nest. So different bees come from different nests. So that's where, let's look at these. So if you want a wooden-based bee, then you'd make this oak nest and do that same thing with the honey treat. Honey treat's just a comb and a honey bottle put together, because the honey block is just 4 honey bottles put together, right? So then I don't know about the gene samples yet, so I'll be trying to figure out that later on down the road. But yeah, all these different nests for the different kinds of base bees that you want to attract. And then once you get those base bees, you use your bee cage, you'll capture it, throw it into your little containment area there, and then you'll have flowers on hand to be able to breed them together or have them inhabit the beehives in there and produce their items that they're going to be producing for you, right? So that was all of that. This leaf block has never ever disappeared, so I'm going to go get rid of it now because it's bothered me for long enough now. Always poking holes in my lawn. Constant battle. So yeah, I tried using the, so these wands, I was going to show you how they work. So you're facing a block and then you can place them based out of that block. So maybe pretty handy for making a stairway, right? Like I wanted to do sand. Sand's not going to work so good, but just like placing sand, I guess. But yeah, they work a little bit strange, not like the building wands I'm used to. But it's something anyways, and obviously offers some different options and doesn't have quite the same, maybe the same versatility as the building wands from the olden days, as they say. Why do I have the wireless charger here? Yeah, these work on FE, right? Did I make 2 of the same one? Yep. Not sure why, but There you go. That's the area that they would work on. If you had a, say when we get mechanism, we'll have atomic disassemblers that'll charge up with that and other things. So yeah, I could actually do 2 of these and have them in different places around the base, like have one over here, and then that would offer me more coverage. Base tour, so this is where my kitchen slash crafting stations area will be. My little enchantment setup over here. And then, yeah, the rest of this area will be for extending out more machines along this cable here. And I've, yeah, switched everything over to the HV cable just because all of the LV cable I could be using to do the nested crafting recipes for the batteries and all that different stuff, because it'll be going, I do need to make my upgrade my MVs up to facilitate the atomic, or sorry, the antimatter, that's the name of it, the antimatter generator, so that we can make that pretty quickly. But obviously before we get the quantum armor, we do have to beat the dragon, so that'll be something that I do mostly off cam and maybe just show a couple of snippets of going through something neat that we find on the way, because we've got those nests out there. Oh yeah, the last thing, totally forgot about the nest locator. So this will help you find not only the nests from the productive bees, like so those little reed, that's how I found those reed ones, is I had this nest locator with me running around. But it does work on the vanilla bee nests as well. So if that's what you're looking for out in the world, and I found a ton of them when I was trying to find, like, easily found like 8 regular bee nests as opposed to those 2 reed nests that I found. So a nest was located, and then it's that way. But which way is that way? Well, if you look at it either on the hotbar or in our hand, it glows. And where you have the brightest intensity glow, that'll be the direction on which the nest is located. So now we're 36 meters away. And we'll get up to the top of this, and we'll see that nest that I got set up here. Now this one, unfortunately, all our bees that were in there killed themselves on the campfire. So make sure you cover up your campfires or don't have them exposed like that, because I lost 3 bees out of that nest doing that, and I watched it happen each and every time. I was like trying to push them away and they wouldn't go away. I'm like, silly bees, don't hurt yourself. But as we can see over on this one, I got the other 2 safely secured for now. And I'm still building up on my experience, because I've got the Silk Touch enchantment ready to go for my pickaxe. That bird just won't get out of there. That's fine. I just need the 30 levels to get it onto my diamond pickaxe, and then I can bring these back towards my base, and I don't have to run around over on this side all of the time to collect the beehives. But with the FTB utilities, it's not too bad, right? Like just slash home, go home, sleep away a night, or do a couple of things while you wait for the bees to do their magic, and then slash back, and you'll come back over to wherever you had left from, right? Just like that, slash home, and then when I do slash back, I'll go back to those nests, which I should have done, but I was demonstrating the nest locator. So that's it for this episode. So I will continue on the road down to some of these other cool bees. Like there's an experience bee. I do want to see what that can do for us, because that'll be super handy for doing some enchanting. Like now I'm waiting around to get levels, and an experience bee would put an end to that. It does take an emerald and a lapis bee. I do want the lapis bee because I don't have lapis coming in from the chickens, because the lapis blue chicken makes blue dye and not lapis. Why did they call it a lapis chicken in the first place? I don't know. But yeah, the lead, silver, copper, aluminum, and tin all will be looking to get. So once I figure out that crystalline B, we'll be looking to get the chance to get. That's why we'll have the one kind of nest that the iron bee likes, or that the that the ashy mining bee, because yeah, dirt, gravel, or sand nest. I'll make one of those, and then we'll attract the mashy mining bee, combine it with the crystalline bee. However, I figure that out, and then those have a bunch of different outcomes. So we'll be doing we'll have a bunch of random bees at the end of the day, I'm sure, but it'll be a fun adventure, and I will bring you back when we get there. Anyways, I appreciate you all, and we will see you in the next one.